Nick Bryant there. Well, Peter Zalmayev is director of the Eurasia Democracy Initiative, and he's just come back from Ukraine and Crimea, and he met the country's Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk yesterday in New York, from where he joins us now. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, Peter. First of all, when you did meet the Prime Minister of Ukraine, what did he make of the UN's proposed Security Council resolution?
Well, he welcomed it as a very strong diplomatic signal that would express the condemnation of the international community against what it sees as Russia's invasion of Ukraine. At the same time, he expressed skepticism that such a measure would pass simply because Russia wields its veto power at the Security Council.
And as director of the Eurasia Democracy Initiative, do you believe that this referendum, due to start in a few hours' time, is even legal?
It is difficult to say. So far, international law specialists and experts have ruled that it will not be legal. However, Vladimir Putin, to all appearances, considers the very decision by Mr. Khrushchev back in 1954 to grant Ukraine Crimea as illegal. So to his mind, this is an equally valid measure, and he points to the precedent of Kosovo.
If there is a yes vote, and all the signs tend to suggest that is exactly what will happen, what will the next move be, do you believe?
The next move is very difficult to predict, but the Russian government has stated that it reserves the right to satisfy the will of the voters of Crimea in case they decide to vote for Russia's for the annexation to Russia, to in fact allow Crimea to join the Russian Federation. But the fear is that Russia will keep Crimea in legal limbo, using this situation in order to continue to destabilize the government in Kiev.
There's been a lot of talk of sanctions from Europe and from America, but that doesn't seem to have had much impact on what President Putin's looking at. Do you think that Vladimir Putin is scared of sanctions at all, or do you think, frankly, he's just going to bluff this one out and disregard the threats?
I think from the very beginning, Vladimir Putin went into this adventure knowing full well that at the very least he would be facing sanctions. At the present moment, we are not talking about any sort of unified front in the West, the EU and the US agreeing on some sort of sanctions against Russia. And in fact, the EU has ruled out any sort of sanctions. The US, however, has applied already partial sanctions. So Putin, from the very beginning, was willing to tolerate some of these sanctions and to sort of roll with the punches.
Director of the Eurasia Democracy Initiative, Peter Zalmayev, thanks very much indeed for your analysis.